of times. Paul Cook's Chesterfield, they are 2-1 up today against Crewe Alexandra and unbeaten in the last 5 games in the league.
Yeah, fantastic. They're a massive football club. You know, last season just fell short in the playoffs. But at the moment, a win today pushes them up to 4th place, and good value for it. You know, some outstanding players in that squad. Armando Dobra's a standout player for me. I love watching him play. Plays with such flair and such grace that a team like Chesterfield, I really feel that they should really be challenging, not only just for playoffs, but for automatic.
And Paul Cook, so much experience.
Absolutely,
well.
that's why.
Right, let's bring you right up to date with the Scottish Premiership at half-time. Paul Cook took the lead just 3 minutes to open the scoring to Dundee United. Calvin Miller on target before doubling their advantage through and goal. Hibs lead Dundee, courtesy of Kieran Bowie's first goal in 10, and Tawanda Mwasene has scored his 10th and 11th goals of the season for Motherwell at Kilmarnock. So in the Premier League lunchtime game, it finished Burnley 0, Chelsea 2. Let's get some reaction. First up, Enzo Maresca.
Enzo, any win makes a manager happy, but is there a particular happiness to the way you had to really fight for that one?
Yeah, absolutely. I just said that I'm very happy in this kind of win. I think we need this kind of win after the international break, 12 o'clock in the morning, Burnley away, this type of pitch, small pitch, it's complicated. So very happy with the result and with the performance.
With all that in mind, did you feel you were a little bit slow to get going, or was it just a game of patience?
No, I think they defended very well. They didn't give us many spaces to attack, so it's complicated.
They had chances early on, but did you feel there were never any particular dangerous chances from Burnley?
No, I think that it's complicated to come here and don't concede nothing. Again, for different reason. But I think they had only one big chance. That was the second half for me personally. Then, yes, they had some moment inside the box, but overall, I think we scored 2. We create more chances that we deserve to win.
The first goal certainly seemed to change the tone of the game completely in your favour. Jamie Gittins says you've been working on putting that sort of cross into the box, so how much satisfaction did you get from that?
Yeah, very happy because Jamie, the ball from Jamie was very good. Pedro was in position, so it's good, especially for them, because Jamie get the assist and Pedro scored.
And another goal for Enzo Fernandez. He's full of goals this season. That's been an added part of his game. But I want to talk about somebody else alongside him in midfield. Just how important, very quickly, is Andre Santos becoming to your team?
Yeah. Andre position is number 6, like today. With us, he's playing also in different position that we know that is not his best position. But he's a good player, he's a good boy, work hard, humble, so we are happy.
And can you tell us about Reece James? I think there's a little bit of concern as he went off at half-time, but had you planned that all along?
Yeah, it was planned 45 minutes.
Thanks, Enzo.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Scott, is that the game where if you take one of those chances in the first half hour, it's a totally different thing we see?
I think it probably is, yeah. I thought we was brilliant first half, and we created a couple of very good chances, and on another day maybe where I can probably be critical of us a little bit is maybe you want to put one of them away, and that wasn't the case today. But I think overall my riding factor in terms of the first half was a really good performance. I thought we showed a real intent. I asked the lads to show an intent today, be aggressive. We knew the quality we was playing up against, and we did that very well. Second half, of course, changes a little bit, and while we can all be critical in certain moments, well, why is the second half different to the first half? Well, the facts are sometimes you're playing against extremely quality players that sometimes change, and momentum in sport is something you can't define. But again, I was pleased with the way we managed that situation, and we just fell short a little bit in that clinical edge a little bit.
Yeah, second half, that first goal obviously changed the perspective of the game, but second half maybe didn't create quite so much as you did. What more could you have done? What were you looking for from your players to do?
Well, I'll be honest with you, I wasn't really looking for much more, if I'm being brutally honest. I would have loved to have reproduced the first half performance. We're playing against an extremely talented group of players, and like I said, the swinging games and how you survive in certain moments, certainly for a team like us, is going to be pivotal. We stayed in the game, while of course it didn't replicate the first half. That's the dream. You're coming out at half time, you'd love to you'd love to replicate the first half, but what you've got is another 11 men and a coach what's going to change things like we do. And at times that was difficult. But like I said, it was overall from where we were last week to today, I'm immensely pleased with that. With the performance. I say that lightly, we've not won the game, so of course I'm disappointed. But I see things in us where we learned from last week, we've improved definitely. We need to now maintain that. That's the main message. We have to maintain that performance, and hopefully we can do that.
Those fine margins after promotion just seem to get finer with every better opposition that you come up against.
Of course they do, and that was always going to be the case, mate. That's always the case. That's always the case, and I'm not being negative in any way or pessimistic. You know, you need to have some reality about us, and we understand that. The fine margins of this division are massive. Certainly the fine margins for us are going to be massive. And like I said, we understand that. We'll improve that. Of course we will. We've got an unbelievable group here that constantly improving, and I see that today from the week we've had. We'll keep going, mate.
Cheers, Scott. All the best.
And you can see highlights and more interviews, of course, tonight on Match of the Day with Chappers 1020 BBC One. Right, we spent our half-time looking at this handball incident at Anfield. Are we any further down the road, Ash?
No, we're more confused than before, to be honest, because we've seen it so many times. At first, I thought it hit Jesus' kind of upper rib cage. There is a still picture where it looks like it hits the inside of his left bicep, which might be the case. So it's inconclusive for me. I can see more of an argument as to why that might be handball now than I did before.
Our team, what they've done, our brilliant team, what they've done is they have given us a freeze frame on the shot. And as you look at that now, Martin, has that changed your stance on whether this is a goal or not?
Well, I'm assuming that, all I want actually is the correct decision to be made. And if VAR have got the means to find the right answer and we don't see it at this point, then I'm comfortable with that.
Okay, but if you
at the moment, this is not
and the screenshot that I'm presenting to you now,
it's not conclusive. I mean, look,